Why would Meta admit to using AI? Well, because these companies view it as a really positive thing. This isn't like some kind of dark secret to them. They're proud about it. So, their vision is drumming up engagement on their platforms through AI accounts. So, what they want to do is fill it with AI generated characters. They want to fill it with profiles and bios that will all be sharing AI generated content with its users to the point where people won't know if they're communicating with a person or AI. And they are so out of touch that they view that as a really good thing for their platform. So we expect the AI to actually, over time, exist on our platform kind of in the same way that accounts do, according to the vice president. They'll have bios and profile pics, and be able to generate and share content powered by AI on the platform. That's where we see all this going, which is like the worst possible direction for anything to go. Facebook is full of literal AI-created bot influencers. Yeah, so is Twitter, so is YouTube, so is Instagram. It's already there. This is just them being even more honest about it, saying like, more's coming. So the internet is going to be a wasteland full of bots rather than 50% bots. Nothing changes. No, I mean a lot changes, actually. Right now, I've quoted this a lot, and I can't even remember the official source anymore. It's been so long, but the last estimates from how much of the internet is occupied by bots versus humans was something like 60% is bots. So you're more likely than not interacting with a complete, not real person anytime you're talking to somebody online, and the content you're consuming is coming from something instead of someone. And this is only going to continue to drive that number even higher. Can someone explain why? So, I'm going to be honest, I don't really see how they view it positively, but the benefit they will get is by having all of these AI accounts, their engagement numbers are going to be much higher, which is going to drive the value of their companies up. By being able to boast more users and boast more engagement and keep people glued to the platform, it's going to make the investors more satisfied. It's going to make things on their end more profitable. Why would any advertising agency buy into that? I don't know. I actually don't know. Like, to me, you're being very open that you're just going to flood it with AI fake engagement. Thus, those new numbers aren't going to translate to more sales for your advertising partners. So to me, it just seems like you're defrauding them, to be honest. Like, I don't know. I don't get it. Fake customers are fake customers. Yeah, but fake customers aren't buying it. AI is not going to be purchasing a waifu statue. Like, it's not going to lead to more sales for their advertising partners, even though the price of their advertisements is going to go up because the engagement numbers have gone up. So, like, again, it really feels like you're just fucking all of your partners. I think one of the big things that they're not going to say here, but I think one of the big things they want to do is through these AI accounts, which they will obviously have full control over, they can kind of change the narrative around anything they want. For example, Meta doing some weird bad shit and people start talking about it. Well, they can have all of these bots accounts that now inhabit the platform start spamming really meta positive shit and debunking the stuff that's critical of meta. So through all of these AI accounts, they can kind of drip feed what they want for whatever narrative they want. Because they'll be able to boost those numbers up super high and start burying the real ones. Which is something you already see that used to happen a lot on Reddit. I think it happens just as much, but they made this big thing about how they're combating it, but I think it still happens just as much on Reddit and Twitter. So I think that's kind of like one of their big things. But the main thing they're boasting is that it's just going to be really good for engagement with fake accounts. I thought of it more as fake customers leaving good reviews on stuff so real customers will buy it. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's very possible. Instead of paid shills, they could just do AI shills, which would save them money. I see what you mean now. What about AI shoppers downstream of these AI stock crypto traders already in heavy use? Wait, what? AI shoppers? Like you have an AI shop for you, or AI is going on its own little shopping sprees through Zoomies or something? What do you... I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what that is. To be honest with you. You're gonna have to spell that one out for me. Maybe I'm too old. It's like AI that shops for you. Oh, so you like tell it what you want and it'll order it. That's less like AI shopping and more like an Alexa task or like a Siri task. If we're getting taken over by AI, not only marketing or YouTube problems we're having, how would this affect someone's career? Through all of the Facebook and whatever social media AI accounts? I'm spitballing here, but I guess what you could do is just probably pay for AI services to boost your personal engagement to try and further your career, or you could be exploited through people that try and do that and just take your money. I'm not really sure. I haven't thought too much about how that would affect someone's career through them and putting all these bots in. Now scammers no need to operate their own bots, just use AI. That's already happening. AI bots and everything are already very prevalent. I'm sure some of you have already seen them around in like YouTube comment sections. This is just the first company that's just being forthright, letting you know the whole platform's going to be infested. Which is scary. Facebook stock is dropping as we speak. Anytime they come out with a new update, it usually does. I'm sure it'll equalize at some point. Wouldn't using AI kill Meta as it would take away the purpose of the platform? You would think, because the whole purpose of a social media platform is to connect with other people and get content from other people. Like, that was the whole drive with social media. Like, Twitter literally started to just spitball your toilet thoughts. So if that whole purpose now just becomes AI is feeding you AI-generated slop, I don't see why you'd stay. It doesn't really make sense. When do you think social media started to become majority AI? I don't know about majority AI. I'm not sure. I'm still not convinced all of them are majority AI. Or bots. But I'd say it probably started like when we started to see that big shift was probably in like 2012 to 2014-ish era. Somewhere in there. And then just gradually over time just kept ballooning. Twitter 100% is. Twitter, I think, is majority bots. That one I do agree. I just don't think every social media platform is majority bots. But Twitter, I do think, is majority bots, for sure. Yeah, dead internet theory is definitely more than just a theory now. I think it's very plainly obvious. I definitely think we've entered into the dead internet dystopia. What's the next step from here? I don't know. I do not know. It is so interesting how the internet used to be a way for people to like connect with other people, and now it's mainly you connecting to a machine that learns about you and tries to convince you it's not a machine. So it's just driving more and more people into isolation. Have you seen the theory that Elon has his alt accounts on Twitter that are AI and he talks to himself in spaces and it sounds exactly like him? I saw that this morning, actually. Adrian Dittman, right? I listened to it. That's definitely Elon. That is 100% Elon. It was so silly. And then I saw someone like dug through some of Adrian Dittman's post and he replied to Elon with one of his kids and it said, "Man, Elon is such a loving father. These kids are so lucky to have him." Oh my god, it was so embarrassing. Elon pretended to be his own kid at one point too, and he had to admit it under oath at one point. We talked about that, I remember that. I can't remember the account name, but he was like role-playing a baby. He's such a fucking weirdo. Are we cooked? Oh, for sure. 100%. You can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. Companies love AI. Now they're just openly saying how they're going to populate social media with AI accounts that will be sharing AI content. So that's pretty cool. Been seeing a ton of AI art at Hobby Lobby. Is that confirmed? Let me see. I've heard that too. I don't see any articles on it from any mainstream journalist sites. I see a Reddit post about it. And apparently this is the one of the alleged AI art pieces, which I think, just taking the quick glance at it, does look AI generated. The guitar neck doesn't even line up. So maybe we are onto something with this. Also, the hand is really fucked. The more I look at it, the worse and worse it gets. His hand is actually under the strings. Why? I wonder why this got downvoted. I feel like that's pretty clear AI. Pretty genius implementation of AI from Hobby Lobby. Now they don't even need artists at all, and they can just sell AI art on canvas and frames for an absurdly high markup. Woo! Yeah, it looks like this is pretty common. This is even a year ago. That one might... I feel like this one might not... this one might not be AI. I want to zoom in here to see the words. But it won't let me. This might just be someone that's never seen a control... Well, no, never mind. Like, the buttons are on the wrong side, but what's absolutely convincing me that this is 100% AI is... The further out I get, the more, like, nonsensical this dog shit is. That's definitely AI. Here's another one. Some Hobby Lobby AI animal art, apparently. This one's a little harder for me to tell. I'm also curious, who wants to own this piece? Why would you put this in your house? You go to Hobby Lobby like, God damn it, I really need this bull in the tuxedo. I want that. That's kind of fire. Man, I guess, but like, this is that shit, like, this should be like your grandson or something. Not a bull in a tuxedo. I guess if Meemaw's a real goofball, that would make sense. Oh, here's some hands. Let me see the hands. I can't zoom in. I mean, the buttons are all fucked up, but that could be a stylistic choice. I don't understand what's going on with the hands, but I'm also not super familiar with raccoons. The type of shit my mom would hang above the toilet. Why though? It's just not even good decor. I feel like all the decor at Home Goods could be replaced with AI generated garbage and nobody's mom would bat an eye. Here's the thing, I feel like even if you told every every Hobby Lobby shopper that what they're buying is AI generated, they'd just say, who cares? I feel like that clientele really will not give a single fuck about that. They'll be like, but I need this raccoon in the dinner jacket. I don't care if AI made it. I'll pay $50 for that. Honestly, if something looks good, who cares if it's AI generated? Man, I hate that mentality. Like, it's your prerogative, like, I'm not your dad. You can like what you want. It is what it is. But that shit sucks. Like, why would you want to be the one that is, like, okay with everything just being machine-driven slop that poops out the bull in the tuxedo, you know what I mean? As everything and everyone keeps getting replaced by AI. I'd hate that. That's a terrible thing. There's just nothing behind it. It's just like the most hollow nothing. Aren't a lot of these AI tools beginning to grab other AI art as reference? It'll turn into a monstrosity the more it goes. Is it? I haven't seen that, where it's grabbing more AI art that it's being trained on. That's news to me. I believe it, though. I think normies clocked out a long time ago when artists started putting up blank papers or toilet paper and bananas taped to walls. That's such a... Like, I've seen that cope a lot. But that's such a distinct difference from art. That's modern art performative slop. Like, that's not a real thing. That, everybody knows, is just pretentious garbage. Like, that's a totally separate argument. Like, that's so silly. To lump everything into that category, like, oh, this is all artists, is unreal. I don't think AI will ever take over influencers, though. Thoughts? Because it's always gotta be something that requires human connection and stuff that AIs just won't be able to do. I don't think you could be more wrong. Influencers are a very easy thing for AI to take over. I don't know what human connection you think you're getting from influencers, but that's not real. There isn't a human connection. You're getting just entertainment. And as AI continues to evolve and get more and more sophisticated, it'll start to be able to deliver whatever you're in the mood for. And maybe you'll care, maybe you won't. And maybe you'll know, maybe you won't, if it's AI or human. Again, the reason I have the stream titled with AI in it is because we were talking about this for a while, about how Meta is just openly bragging about AI users coming to their platform. It's going to be filled, saturated with AI users that they themselves are championing. They're going to have profiles, they're going to share AI videos. It's keeping you locked in without humans at all. And you are kidding yourself if you think influencers are somehow going to be the last bastion of human-created, or human-influenced creations. That is something that will absolutely be able to start being replaced. And you can already see, like, many successful attempts. Like, for example, on Twitch, there's a streamer called Neurosama. I've seen a couple people in chat mention her. She is a fully AI streamer. And she pulls big numbers. Companies will eventually start to catch on to that, and they'll start having their own Neurosamas. And it's going to start drowning out humans. And there's a couple of other examples as well of AI streamers. And there's AI content creators on TikTok. There's AI true crime channels on YouTube that are pulling millions of views. There is nothing AI can't feasibly replace when it comes to, like, the digital landscape. Neurosama is somewhat unique and not just AI. Neurosama is a little more than AI. I think that was a bit unfair to just lump her in there. I get that. But the point is, it is still an AI streamer. One of the first of its kind. What's the last thing that would be replaced by AI? I get asked that question a lot, what I think the last thing that will be replaced by AI is. And I just don't know. I'm not sure. I was initially going to say things like your standard blue-collar work, but I don't know. I don't even think that's safe. Possibly lawyers. No, I could absolutely see lawyers getting replaced by AI. Not anytime super soon, but you would absolutely... Here, I could even tell you an argument that you'd make. Let's say you're on trial for, like, a drug charge or something, right? And you kind of want to weasel your way out of there. Well, what you could do is if you're being tried by, like, a human lawyer, you could be like, well, I don't exactly trust the human lawyer to know all of the intricacies of the law. I would request an AI lawyer. They're so much more reliable. They're gonna get it right. They're going to represent me in a better way. Like, they'll know everything within milliseconds of me asking it. I feel like that would absolutely be something that AI could replace. Like, I really don't know what would be irreplaceable by AI, which is the scary thing. Which is why you'd have to, like, start outlawing it. Like, no law cannot be practiced by AI. AI cannot dictate how laws are enforced in a court of law. Lawyer here, AI is so imprecise these days that it's still not possible, but it will be possible in 20 to 40 years as tech improves easily. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not, like I said, it's not something feasible anytime super soon, but it is a job that, again, I don't think is immune from AI. Just look up Killer Realizes on YouTube to see the crazy number that true crime AI videos get. Is that their go-to title? Oh, God. So this is how you get into the AI true crime rabbit hole. Let's see, let me listen to the start of one. Are all of these AI? Because I don't recognize these. Here, let's do the top one. Dr. Insanity. What a name. That sounds like a... that sounds like a Darth Vader type of character. Back when George Lucas was cooking up Darth Yucky and Darth Insanius.
Hours later, 911 dispatchers receive a concerning call.
Greenville County 911, what's your emergency? A fitter was supposed to show up today with my mom.
Is this AI? This doesn't seem like a normal AI video.
And she didn't show
Usually
up.
it wouldn't even have any of this.
She shows up like clockwork. So something's wrong.
But this call was only the beginning of a long chain of mysteries. As
This one
officers
definitely does not
arrived at
seem like
Emmett
AI.
Sowell's home for a welfare check based on
True Crime Case Studio is all AI. True Crime Case Studio. I just did True Case Studio, but I still found it. Yeah, even the thumbnails just look like your quintessential AI shit. Let's see.
Lena Lopez and Josh Cooper's paths first crossed on a crisp autumn evening. Lena, a 26-year-old art gallery curator, had recently moved to town to manage the prestigious Hartley
They're
Modern
fake
Art
stories
Museum.
too.
Josh, 28.
Ah, very cool.
cut
See the comments. Oh, let's go to their most popular one.
In the quiet picture, the gruesome murder of Jennifer Johnson sent shockwaves through the community. What appeared to be a peaceful, close-knit suburban enclave.
Yeah, nothing about the
shattered by a
AI.
crime of passion and betrayal that revealed the dark underbelly
These are
of
some
seemingly
X's.
idyllic lives. The lives of two couples, Daniel and Linda Garner, and Mark and Jennifer Johnson, intertwined in
AI comments.
obsession,
Yeah,
deceit,
maybe. People call it slop now, but in the near future it'll be better than real content. I also hate that take. I hate that so much. Yeah, it might not be good now, but I can't wait for it to be extremely good, so then I can just endlessly consume AI-generated content. Sounds fucking miserable. That sounds actually terrible. You say that till you watch an AI movie you like in 30 years. See, but I just don't see that happening. I do think they'll probably reach a point where movies will have every iconic actor ever. Every single movie will be just A-list actors because you can just AI generate them into the films, right? So you'll have movies in 30 years with, you know, prime Al Pacino and everyone. You'll have the whole kit and caboodle. But watching that movie, I think, will always just be shit. I just don't see how there would be anything to like about that. Because it's not real. Like, there's nothing real about it. You wouldn't know it's real. Yeah, I would, man. If I see Marilyn Monroe starring in some upcoming blockbuster, I would absolutely know it's an AI-generated movie. It's not real. I just don't understand how it matters. I don't understand how you can think it doesn't matter. And let me try and... I don't even know how to, like, paint it for you. Like, I don't even know how I would even begin. Because I just can't wrap my head around a world where someone would be happy to consume it. I'm like 90% sure the channels that re-upload your videos into compilations are AI. No, that's just a really common trend right now for people just making a bunch of compilation channels for streamers and shit. Because it's free money. So you just take streamers' shit and turn it into compilations and just post it. Takes minutes. So a lot of channels hop on that as soon as they possibly can. I don't think that's AI. Descriptions read like AI? Maybe they use AI for the description, but I don't think they're compiling it through AI. Recently, there was a misinformation expert from Sanford that allegedly used AI to write a testimony containing misinformation about AI during a trial about the AI law in Minnesota. Man, that gets deep. Holy. This is like boomers saying whatever new technology is the devil. It's just hating on something new based on feelings. People enjoy the content, not where it came from or how it was made. Okay, I'm trying to think of like a way to get through so you can understand like the actual core of what you're saying. Right now, close your eyes and imagine something. Are you as pleased with that imagination as you... No, that's a terrible way of getting through it. There's no way that's going to actually land with you. Like, I don't know how to, like, prove to you that it's not real, so there's nothing to even consume. You're not even getting anything. It's all fake. Like, it's not actually a real thing. I mean, there's so many ways of explaining it, Jonah, but at the end of the day, I just don't think it's connecting, where people just want, like, an endless consumption of nothing. So it's like, I don't care where it came from, I just need to see something. And like, how do you get through to someone like that? Where I just need to see anything in front of my face and I'm happy. By that logic, CGI is fake too. Brother, what stupid potion are you drinking, huh? Where'd that CGI come from? Who made it? Did it make itself? At the very least, CGI still had a human being make it, you fucking imbecile. What the fuck? This stream's gonna mega deep. I mean, AI, I think is... I'm not, like, old, per se. Like, 30's not, like, old. But in my 30 years, this is by far, like, the biggest can of worms moment that I've experienced when it comes to, like, technology. Like, the implications of AI are so unbelievably far-reaching that it is fascinating. It's really, really interesting. So it's become a huge, like, point for me to keep up with and think on a lot. Do your parents care about it? Oh, of course they care about it. My parents keep up with all kinds of shit, man. I mentioned on stream, my mom texted me the other day about that. Oh, actually, no, I didn't mention that one. I mentioned that she texted me about the drones. But my mom in particular is really up to date on the AI stuff. If AI built a video game, would you play it? I did. You forget AI Minecraft? This is a fully AI-made Minecraft game. And it fucking sucks. I also played the AI detective game. Well, that was still made by people. That game still had people make it. This is just fully made by AI. But in 10 years, probably less than 10 years, honestly, AI will be able to churn out full gaming experiences every month or two, probably. Well, month or two is really... maybe not. The processing power on that's going to be a lot. But it'll be able to churn out games without a single human being ever needing to be hired by the companies that own the AI. So a lot of the games that'll be coming out won't have a single human being that helped work on them. And it will probably just be the most derivative trash ever. And for a lot of people, I think that's exactly what they want. At least based on some of the responses I've been seeing in chat about like AI content. I think it's just people want something in front of their face that can function. And nothing beyond that. And I think AI games are probably going to succeed, unfortunately. People don't want just anything in front of them, they want good stuff. Some people do, not everybody. Again, we were talking about it earlier, there are extremely successful channels on YouTube that are fully AI channels. 100% AI generated content. And it's generating thousands upon thousands of dollars. And millions of views. And that's on TikTok as well. That's on Twitter as well. So people don't just only want good stuff. You think it'll be generated like the AI Minecraft where it's generating it by frames or take out individual parts of development like coding and voice acting? Brother, I don't even know how it... I have no clue. I don't know how they're going to start fully generating AI games. I think that's going to take quite a while, but it is coming at some point. Don't know how, don't know when, but I think that's not out of the realm of possibility. Far from it. I don't see anything wrong with AI frame interpolation to facilitate animation. That's not taking someone's job, it's making someone's job easier. I think people really misunderstand my position a lot of times. I've said since the very beginning of this technology blowing up that I think there are some really good usages for AI. Thanks to Tier 1 Alex. Like, I think it can be an extremely helpful tool with like grunt work that people get tasked with that they don't want to do, that takes away from what they actually want to do. You mentioned animation. I think when it comes to, let's just use movie making because I've been talking about like AI movies for the last couple minutes. When it comes to movie making, I feel like there are absolutely some practical usages for AI when it comes to like writing dialogue for characters that aren't even like on screen. Like things that would be pickups after, like throwaway lines it could write for and save people that time. So you wouldn't need to be like tasked with something that is actually just nonsense work. And in video games, like side characters in the Skyrim world, Elder Scrolls 6, you can have AI generate some dialogue. I don't think you should ever generate voices for it, but I'm sure companies will. But generating dialogue for just random characters in the world that could be more than just, "Hello, stranger. Haven't seen you around these parts. Stranger, have you been to the bar?" You could have them actually have fully, like, fleshed out lines for characters that don't even have a fucking name. And that just saved some writer or some other employee a lot of time. So I think that could be a good usage. That doesn't take anybody's job. That is helpful to the people that have the job. Like, I think, and medicine is another one I've used. It could be an extremely useful diagnostic tool that could be used by, like, radiologists and stuff. Like, I think there are really positive, practical usages for AI. That for some reason, it seems like the main impetus is exploring how we can use it to replace creative jobs or just replace jobs in general. Because corporations have realized that it can, and it'll save them money. But I think it could be useful, very, very useful, to people's jobs. What practical use could AI help you with for your job? For me, not a goddamn thing. Because I don't even make thumbnails. So I couldn't even use it to make a fucking thumbnail. So it does nothing for me. But for somebody, here, we'll use YouTuber or streamer in general. Could generate your fucking, I don't know, like an ad read or something, or a thumbnail, or a description. That kind of thing, I guess. Also, for what it's worth, I actually have heard about a couple of big YouTube channels that have been using AI for their content. Not like making the content, but they use AI to tell them what videos they should make that would be algorithmically successful. And it's working. So it is already being used. We already had the AI assistant in the YouTube studio. What is that? I did see that. What is the AI assistant in the YouTube studio? It's just a GPT type thing, is it? Oh, it can create thumbnails based on your video too. That sounds about right. A bunch of subtitlers use AI too. I imagine AI could be a really useful tool for translation as well. If it's used by, like, the actual translators as opposed to trying to just take the job of the translator. I imagine that's something that will happen if it's not already happening.